So I'm told that I have to speak loud. Can you see this colorful thing?
Yes, we can.
See your slide and we can hear you just fine.
Just a thing to lead into. I'm an electrical contractor. I went to a job and a lady proudly told me that she took her husband's ties and put them all into a bedspread. Anyway, moving on. This is the reason for making a fourth program is to help with day trading. And this is an example of day trading at 6:30 in the morning, 9:30 New York time, and Tesla just shot up and down. I don't know if you can do anything about it. This one shows it going up more, and here it's going up and down. People love it because if you can get in at the right time, you can make good money. Here it's going up, down. Now here, it would be good to go ahead and buy something at this level because it's for sure going to go up since it's been doing that. So sure enough, if you were smart enough to buy it there, but how could you tell? Well, because it's gone so far down, you just have to learn that after a while. So if you go to the big screen, you can see this and you have your blue 50-day trailing average and the red one. And there's all kind of crazy stuff, but it says, some people say, if the blue line is above the 50, it's probably going to go up. So here the red was above and it went down, here it went up. So that's fine. If you look at it closer, these are candles. And you try and figure out, sometimes you go down, you purchase here, it goes a red one, that'll scare some people and they'll sell. But if you ignore one or two of those, you can go up there. Let's see what else we have. Oops. If you go, when you're trying to figure it out, you can go on to something that's free, which is Yahoo Finance, and they give you all these numbers here. One of them is this PE ratio, which is kind of high. That's something to explain later, I guess. So here it shows me going online with Uber, and I only bid 10 shares. I made $1.50. This is me as a kid learning to do it. Here I made 20 bucks, here I made 26. And here I made 61, so I made 400 for the day. That's fantastic for me. My buddy would put out 1,000 shares, and so this 150 would become 1,500. This is me trying to keep track of stuff. And he gives me a list of stocks that are, I call them blue chip. He's checked them out. They have the right profit, right ratios. This one, I didn't know what he was talking about. Now we're going to go back to my other screen, which I'm going to drag over here. Let's see.
So just it's a question of like how would that carbon suspension work this way?
I found us instead of going out of screen share to another screen, just all right. So if you remember, let's see, maybe I better go back here.
John, do you happen to have some audio playing in the background or something? We're hearing a.
I hear it too.
Sorry about that. So a fourth program could look at the current price of Tesla and keeping track of it and get the price of a stock, set it in a variable, and get the next price, but that highest price would be put into a constant. And these are 1 minute apart, and keep checking these. And if this is more than $3 or 2% down, send out an alert. So why is that so big deal? Day traders tend to check out 3 screens or more. Some of them have 10, so they can keep track and look for this kind of a down sweep. It's called a swing low. Some of them have actually 100 screens. That's because they want to keep track of it. Well, if Fourth can go and pull down these numbers and send out a beep when it gets low, then you can go pay attention to this screen. So here's the code in English. Get the price of a stock. I'm going to show you Google gave me some Fourth code. Save it in the variable, subtract 2% from it, save that number as a constant, wait a minute, get the price of the stock again, update the variable, compare the current price to the constant. If it's equal or less, send an alert and loop back and do it again. Now, here's the code that was generated by Gemini, and I expect you to laugh. I also expect you to interrupt me and ask questions, or this will be a pretty short deal. So I'm looking for some volunteers that, as I told my wife, I'm trying to do as much as I can for free. So I know Fourth is fun. I know some of you guys know a lot about it. Bob has done quite a bit of stuff. It turns out that one of the things is, how do you pull down the price? Well, Tristan, my friend, said there's this thing called CURL, lowercase URL. And Bob used that to pull down the source and do some work. So I wonder if anybody has a question so far, I hope. Are you sure you don't want to know why would you do this? Did I explain that well enough?
First,
I guess I'm on my own.
no, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was, did you want to, I mean, I see you got the calculator. I could show the actual functions that got constructed this last week.
That would be good. Here is the code, I think, that Bob did, showing that he could pull down the data. Basically, you pull down the whole Yahoo Finance screen and you scrape things off. So he got the date, the opening price, the high, the low, the close. We only need really the current price in order to do that formula. But I was hoping to raise some interest here. Go ahead, Bob.
Are you like 15 minutes behind with the stock market or something, or do you have some kind of delay?
Yahoo Finance updates pretty fast. I think every minute is a new candle. Let's see. Every one of these is 1 minute apart.
It's been quite a while since I've been directly interested in this, but I think there's on an awful lot of the zero cost feeds, there is like a built-in 15-minute delay, and you have to get a higher level subscription or whatever. But I'm not, that's a long time since I looked at that.
I think that's true. If you go to, I can show you a spreadsheet where that's true, but on this one here, Yahoo Finance, you watch it it keeps updating in real time. Oops. Let's see. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think it's just a whole bunch of development. So as Bob says, unless there's a dollar sign somewhere in here, it's not very much fun. And if you can send out alerts, my programmer friend Kevin watches this stuff and he buys and sells. And his goal is to make between $1,000 and $3,000 a day. And I've seen him do quite a bit of stuff. That would, 3,000 a day would be $1 million. And there's quite a few people on the market that do that kind of stuff. Where the hell? Let's see.
Are you trading through Yahoo or something, or are you just getting the data from there? Or...
Okay, that's a very good question. Sometimes people think that I'm trying to do algo, that I'm trying to do automatic trades. No, very simply, watch the internet. If there's a dip, let your day trading expert look at it with a human eye. It takes 2 years or more of learning how to do that stuff. So initially I thought we were going to try and go on and do automatic trades, but nope, that's not what we want to do. Let's see, I'm going to show you on my sheet.
There's a mathematician that just died who was doing, I don't know what math he was applying, but he just died like a few days to trading.
Well, maybe this stuff is dangerous. I doubt it. 51 tickers list. Oh no, that's the wrong one. 60 million stocks. There we go. So far, this stuff is mostly done on a spreadsheet. So Tristan is amazing. He showed me that if you put in this right here, this says Airbnb, if I put TSLA, it automatically changes to Tesla there. Now, oops, okay, so now I lost track of what that was. But anyway, we'll look at AMD here on this line. The date, this is the price that I bought it at. This is the price that it's doing now. So it looks like it's negative. And it's kind of a neat thing. Let's see, let's go to one that's positive. This one here. Bought it at 305, it's 337. Now that's $31 a share plus. And I had 10 shares. So if this is correct, that's $3,000. Now, what you can do over here, so let's say I wanted to put out 1,500. It automatically over here suggests that I use 4 shares as my price. I think I'll use 3,000. I have it crossed off so I don't misinterpret it. It says 9.8 shares. So that one's a good one. I can, of course, sort by anything. Oh, sorted backwards. So I can look at the best stock. Costco is doing good. Anyway, going back to trying to be alerted when these things come out. That's where I'm at. And I don't know if anybody wants to take that on as something to do. I think I'm almost done. It's kind of
You're in a field where there's a lot of competition and a lot of people making money.
That's a good question. I'm glad you brought that up. There are ways to do this on TradingView and Yahoo Finance's one. You can set an alert, but the problem is you have to choose an alert. So you have to go and say, okay, I choose a number to go with each stock, and that's only good for that day. I wonder if I could show you how to go to TradingView, I guess. Let's move over. So here, let's see, you can go to any one of these stocks just by clicking. So here, there's a nice dip back there at 7 a.m. So I guess I'd like to know if it goes that low again, which is 158. So I'll go set that. And then let's look at Amazon. Oh, I don't like that one. This one, if I could get beeped if it ever went down that low. But without force, I have to keep going through all these things and looking. Oh, that's not too interesting. That's, I don't know. It's a lot of human stuff. Just constantly going through this. That's why people want 10 screens, or even one crazy guy has 100 screens.
Yeah.
I don't
It's a
see-
very data-driven business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, one thing, I think it's interesting that John and I've been attacking this this week and pulling it into CoSy, because CoSy very much derives. I got pulled down to Manhattan from Xerox because that's where the market for APLs is, where you have to be able to go and do things immediately. K, which personally, I wrote CoSy precedes. It was when it was impossible to go any further with Arthur Whitney and K that I bit the bullet and have written the entire system from the ground up in Forth. But it's not surprising that the highest value use probably for CoSy is again this financial stuff, because K evolved out of Morgan Stanley, and then Arthur got finished it off under Union Bank of Switzerland. And actually the memory management that I have used comes from a conversation waiting for an elevator with Arthur Whitney at Union Bank of Switzerland. So it isn't surprising that's where this, you know, the ability to write in a couple of lines, and one of the things is perhaps if I shared my screen, I could show the couple of lines of code. I think there are 4 or 5 lines of code to go and pull this financial data in. And
go ahead.
okay, I always forget.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to say what you can't see, what you're used to is a spreadsheet with a column A has all the different names of the stocks, Amazon, and the next column is the price that I would like to be alerted. But I thought, okay, I'll just mass produce all those. I'll copy paste them in. No, the programs don't do that. It's a hand type in every day, and they're good for a day. So Forth and CoSy, it would constantly update. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, let me go and enlarge. Oh, here's I got to go and out and change this. I should, but one of the things is, again, you have all the power and flexibility of Forth here, and this is sort of this meta compiling. I need to change that parameter to 1.
Make it Bob, and I'd like you guys to wrap up in the next couple of minutes, please.
Yeah, well, okay. Now that I'll go and execute. Oh, that. And I just want to go and make things large enough. So, yeah.
If anybody wants to, you know how to reach me with questions after, please.
Yeah. I'll just go and the programmer that John's worked with, Tristan, gave the clue that there's this program curl, which does all sorts of IO. So now finally have input. I just saved, this goes off the end. I saved this
Let's
T0.
make sure for the audience, it's lowercase URL, lowercase c URL, and you tap.
Yeah, Yeah, it actually is a play on URL, and the CURL is, but it's curl. But in any case, going and having learned that, let's see,
While you're seeing,
I
Bob,
put MT0.
and there's one other thing that Tristan gave it. It's called pushover.net, pushover.net. And somehow that's a way to send these alerts out to a cell phone or a text or a email, whatever. So we're picking up stuff from outside and asking CoSy to meld it together. Go ahead.
Yeah, essentially the secret sauce here that I did not know before last Monday was essentially this whole line, which goes and shell. You can't see me point. Is this shell? It sends a command to the DOS shell. But and this is the thing is, and actually, what it was your friend who supplied this line to go and pull from where? From Yahoo, this whole set of data. So if I F6 this, it goes in F6 a line, it executes it, and it saved that in this variable T0. So this is the CSV that comes in, and then this line splits it, CSV to DT, goes and splits first on this is a list of anything in this form. It executes the things in between, and so it's a line feed character, and then this tick here goes and returns a quote as the second thing. So that's passed as a parameter to anyway to go all the way to the end. Let me just execute that. Here it is now as an internal CoSy database, but this is all characters. So this line here, first of all, actually it deletes the blank and adjusted close here, so the name is easier to deal with. And then what's the next line here? Goes and converts all the dates to
human readable stuff.
I have a line to pretty printed. Now I've got all the dates. I find it most convenient to have them as integers. So that converted all the dates to integers. It deleted the bars, particularly easy, and then converted the strings to integers, and each M does that on each of the items in a list. And then this stored it back in the date column. Then one of the things is sort of this is pure fourth. That's just absolutely, I just set the significant digits.
Don't make me mute you, Bob. Wrap it up, really.
Yeah, okay. The final line here is here's converting the high-low I hit this. That converted all the things to the data columns to floats, and so I'll wrap it up there because I hit something wrong. I know I was hitting a wrong key there. Oh, which is the one thing that I'll go and wrap up with is take a look at CoSy.com, because the editing of the video that I gave at the Lambda talk, and also their description of what it is the CoSy is excellent, and the editing of my talk and eliminating flubs was very good. But this is the thing is, you can see here, K is one of the most extremely competitive in financial applications. And I mean, that's what caused me to live. My local Citibank branch was 111 Wall Street that I walked to. So this, you can do things, there's greater flexibility here than any other environment on the planet. I'll just be blunt. blunt and say that, because it's the only one of those APLs that is vastly simplified and is open to the chip or the FPGA or whatever in open forth. It's just a vocabulary in open forth. That'll wrap it up.
All right. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. If you want to make a part 2, that'd be good.
If I want to make,
Joe. Go ahead.
I didn't understand if I want to do what?
Part 2. A follow-up.
In another month? Sure, why not?
Thank you. Drop me a line.
Okay.
So, Christopher Lisinski, you're up.